In everything, there appear to be cycles of expansion and contraction. It's kind of like watching the tide go in and out, and over time, the tide may be going away from you, or it might be coming in and coming toward you. But with each wave, you can just feel the expansion and contraction. Even in a garden where things appear to just be continuing to grow, those cycles exist as well. As a plant grows, leaves will wither and die for various reasons. Sometimes the stem will break, or just something else about the plant will make it that it is essentially untenable, at least where it is. In growth, there is always culling. As things grow and change, the needs of all of the parts of those things will grow and change, sometimes making them no longer compatible. We ebb and flow closer to and away from each other in the movements of every day as we try to become the best versions of ourselves. With some people, we are constantly in sync, with some people, never. But the consistency of those relationships makes them somehow easier to deal with, even when they're conflictual, than those which change dramatically after a long time. But that too is part of the cycle. There's been so much loss, but also so much possibility and so much growth. But a lot of the time, in order to grow, you have to change conditions. I move these planters around all growing season because I want the best for what plant is there and the best conditions for each one wherever it is that I can fit it in. And I view my plants as very much alive. It feels very strange, actually, at the end of a growing season to have to say goodbye to so many of them. But spring and summer are the seasonal ebb and flow, the mutable season of each that takes us into the next. Change, I don't think change is God itself. I think it's one of the gods. Because change for its own sake could be quite a malevolent god. But just like all the other cycles, the movement from cardinal to fixed to mutable, to use astrology terms, and there's a time for creating new things, growing them, and then refining them and making them more solid, and then a time to decide what, if any, perhaps everything, needs to go for the next round to start again. I think the tide's moving in, and our turn is coming. But darlings, this next low tide is not going to be an easy one. And when we roll back in, our tide will rise. Some things won't make it, but like the saying says, if it can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth.